This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, yeah, we back talking about will. I know, but this is important. This is actually important. It's an important lesson for the appearance value. Now, recently, over the last couple of days, news broke that Will Smith actually announced that he was resigning from the Academy. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read this article for you, and I'll go ahead and share my screen with you. Let's read the article. Okay. Will Smith resigns from the Academy after slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. Following his public apology, Will Smith has decided to resign from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences nearly 1 week after slapping comedian Chris Rock. I have directly responded to the Academy's disciplinary hearing notice, and I will fully accept any and all consequences for my conduct, Smith said in a statement on April 1st. Per People, my actions at the 94th Academy Awards presentation were shocking, painful, and inexcusable. The list of those I have heard is long and includes Chris, his family, many of my dear friends and loved ones, and all those in attendance and global audiences at home. I betrayed the trust of the Academy. He continued, I deprived other nominees and winners of their opportunity to celebrate and be celebrated for their extraordinary work. I am heartbroken. I want to put the focus back on those who deserve attention for their achievements and allow the Academy to get back to the incredible work it does to support creativity and artistry in film. So I'm resigning my membership in the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences and will accept any further consequences the board deems appropriate. Change takes time, and I'm committed to do the work to ensure that I never again allow violence to overtake reason. The Academy has accepted Will Smith's resignation, but will continue with its disciplinary proceedings against Mr. Smith, according to a statement from David Rubin, the president of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. The Academy's next scheduled board meeting will take place on April 18th. According to CNN, Smith's resignation means that the actor is no longer eligible to vote in future Oscars, but can still be awarded for his own future work. On March 28th, Smith publicly apologized to Chris Rock, writing, I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed by my actions. I was embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen really quickly. And we're going to talk about that resignation. Okay? Because I'm not just here to tell you that he resigned, but to sort of give a perspective on what this really is meaning. Will Smith is starting to get a lot more backlash than people originally anticipated, maybe even himself as well. Okay? He allowed a battery to be put in his back on a very auspicious night, not only for himself, but an auspicious night for other Black male actors as well. Okay? Samuel L. Jackson received an award also that was presented to him by Denzel Washington. That in and of itself is iconic. That's what we really should have been talking about. We should have been talking about Will's acceptance speech. We should have been talking about Samuel L. Jackson. We should have been talking about Denzel Washington. And I do believe someone else won something, a Black man won something for Best Documentary. I want to say that was the award that was going to be given right after the incident. And I believe it was, I forget his name. I want to say he's from the Roots. Anyway, forgive me. I know that you all will know in the chat. So put it in the chat for me. The young man's name who won for the documentary. Now, this little slap incident overshadowed everybody else's achievement, which is completely unfair. Okay. But we have to take a look at it from a deeper perspective, right? He chose to resign from the Academy after winning the Oscar for Best Actor. And for the Academy did not immediately chastise him after the incident. They allowed him to get up and make an acceptance speech. They did not forcibly remove him from the ceremony at all. Chris Rock did not press any charges. So he's not, as of right now, he's not facing any criminal charges or anything like that for the incident at hand. That's because the backlash is deeper than that. See, Chris Rock doesn't have to press any charges. He doesn't have to do anything. And it's just like I said when I was covering it in a couple of live streams. And I predicted this while everybody was trying to talk about, oh, he had to do it. Oh, our dysfunctional response to that as a community. All right. While we were having a dysfunctional response to an act that was clearly egregious. Okay. Nobody ever stopped to think about something I said millions of people saw that. So nobody saw that could pull any strings about this situation. The fallout is already taking shape. Word on the street is that Bad Boys 4 was in active production. It's not now. It's not now. They put a pause on that. Okay? The type of roles that he's going to be offered now, or the roles that he's going to be accepted for, are about to change. The amount of roles that people would seek him for, look for him for, call his agent, try to get in touch with Will Smith because he'll make the box office pop if we say he's the lead in our film. Or he's one of the leads in the film. It's a film about yada, yada, yada. And we want Will Smith's name on the marquee. That'll really put it over the top. Now, all of that is about to change. Because think about the roles for the majority that Will Smith has portrayed, especially in these last maybe 10 years or so. I'm not really talking about when he first was really hitting the acting scene. A lot of those movies kind of hokey. But his later movies, like, especially when I think about From the Pursuit of Happiness on, okay, he has portrayed characters, black men, black masculine men who have been family oriented. Think about that. Who have been family oriented men, or they were simply characters that you could admire, characters that you could respect, characters that you could love, and characters that you could empathize with. Who didn't empathize with Pursuit of Happiness? And that was his portrayal of a real life story, right? Who didn't empathize with that man being homeless with his son and trying to keep things positive as possible in a desperate situation, going all out to every end to try to make something of his life and make something for the future of his child? This wasn't some drug addict or some crazy guy. This was a highly intelligent black man who had ran into hard time in his life, and he wasn't giving up until he finally persevered and overcame the obstacle and got his life on track for himself and for his son. That's a feel-good story that didn't star a white man. It was a black man. It was a black man portraying it, and a black man's story. Unlike Kevin Hart's movie about fatherhood, which was actually a white man's story that they put a black face on. No, Will Smith was telling a story of a real black man. Movie was a hit. It was real sentimental, a real tear-jerking kind of movie. Feel good. We don't get a lot of them with a black male lead. We don't get a lot. He got that because of his image, because of his appearance value, because of his public image. Will Smith was offered that role, or he landed that role. And I can't think of a whole lot of black actors, black male actors in his age range that really could have done it that was well known. You would have had to go and get somebody that might not have been as well known. Okay? And he was able to get these roles due to his public image. See, as black people, we got to understand the importance of the appearance value. He's not going to get these roles anymore. If this fallout go in the direction that it could go, like an all-out blackball, that's over with. He may or may not be able to recover his career. Okay? Now he's being brought low. He's at the top of his game professionally. We have to understand that. Now he's been brought low. One moment. Like I said, which executive was watching that and was thoroughly upset? Oh, no, we're going to pull some strings. He won't be getting these types of roles again. We can guarantee you that. We'll pin him in some other kind of stupid role, but we're not going to give him these iconic roles anymore. And it's too many of us in the black community that's too short-sighted. It was too many women talking about this so-called protection narrative. And it was also too many men who were talking about he had to do that and that was something that he should have done. No, that was not something that he should have done. Meanwhile, his counterpart was somewhere yucking it up, laughing. Okay? Laughing at him or with him. You decide. Who do you think he was consulting about his decision to resign? Who do you think he was talking to? And what do you think the answer was? Baby, should I resign? Because it's a time for healing, isn't it? We got to heal, don't we? If Will Smith loses his notoriety, you think he's going to be able to maintain his family? If it go down the tubes, do you honestly believe he's going to be able to maintain his family? She going to stay or she going to go? If he can't recover professionally, if he can't recover his image, staying or leaving? Which one do you think? Because like I said before, ain't no backlash coming her way. Backlash for what? She didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing. She didn't go up there and smack nobody, that's for sure. She didn't leave her seat. He left his seat. His image was tarnished. Now, by proxy, because she was benefiting from his good image. What roles is she going to lose? What connections are going to cut her off? What connections going to cut him off? What role he going to lose? Right? See, and we get into these jams as black people mainly because we don't understand appearance value. And the thing that we don't understand about having and maintaining and the benefit of having and maintaining a good name. See, we don't know nothing about that collectively. Your good name. You got to have a good name in this world. You got to have a good name. People with bad names, when their names are attached to bad or to foolishness or to whatever that's not considered positive, it's difficult. That affects your mobility. That affects your mobility. We don't understand the importance of the appearance value. We don't understand the importance of it being an internal value and how the internal values affect all of the external ones. We don't understand the position of the appearance value at number 4 because it affects your dwelling. How is the household affected now? And again, and that furthers on into mobility, which is going to affect his profession, which will affect his leisure, which will affect his wealth. We have to understand that this circle is important because all of these values touch one another and affect one another, should be positively. If we're dealing in a 10-life value system, there's a positive effect from one value to the other. This incident should serve to show us as a Black community just how short-sighted we are. The rest of the world viewed that very differently while we were having a dysfunctional response to it. While it should have exposed to all of us the depth of the pathology that we as Black women and Black men hold regarding one another and how those unhealthy views, outlooks, and expectations of one another keep us trapped in the American nightmare. That's what it should have showed us. Oh, and he's supposed to protect me like that? No, that is not the protection. That's the removal of the protection, because incorporated in it is your man's good name, your husband's respect. And if he loses that respect, you lose it. So sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you've not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.